Yeah, I don't even feel like urine right now, man.
Yeah, I know, I feel you.
Um, well, this was it's a tough way to start.
Sad.
Yeah, it's a tough way
Yeah,
to start the
sad,
week.
sad couple days.
Um, but welcome everyone once again. Um, it's the Brown Steve Jobs mix of Steve Austin, aka your host Norin Rad, aka Ozymandias. Here, joined just by Zoom today because Clown Prince and Magneto are busy. So it's just us today. It's just us today. I mean, but still, as always, hailing all the way from Plainfield, New Jersey.
Yes.
We have I'm just gonna say
Zoom.
the elder statesman of the Boston Celtics, an esteemed guest and DC
I'm a guest.
correspondent. No, no, I mean
Damn, that's crazy.
they
I
got
got on this
demoted.
one podcast and I got demoted. That's crazy. That
Nah,
is
but
freaking
yo,
wild.
welcome in Zoom, who is also a proud Boston Celtics fan who's joining me on
Yes.
this one today, which is kind of weird because like no, it's not weird, but I don't know. It just shows to you how sports can really bring people together, man. And obviously, unfortunately, if you guys been living under a rock, um, Kobe Bryant isn't with us anymore, along with his daughter Gianna and the other passengers on the plane.
Yeah, it's so
Um,
sad, man.
this is something out of an alternate universe. I still feel like this isn't real, and it's also very strange how somebody you've never met just is so impactful and just like like I never thought I'd feel like this about somebody passing. Like this is legit the first time I ever feel like this. Like when I was like what's like I was like 4 years old when Tupac died. I was like 8 when Biggie died. Like I none of that stuff affected me like that. So not to downplay their deaths or to downplay even Michael Jackson's death. Like
Yeah, because we don't know how people our age felt about those
exactly,
deaths. Yeah,
exactly.
like they could have been the exact same thing. Like Kobe was like, for me, I've been a basketball fan my entire life, essentially. Even before I was a Celtics fan, I just loved the game, and losing him was like it didn't even feel real. It still kind of doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
Um, to be honest, I mean, it's you go kind of numb to it. I mean, like the guy was just a competitor, and like he really changed the game. And I know it's like this is such a not like a comic topic or whatever, but like you know we're all like sports fans, whether basketball's our favorite sport or not.
Yeah.
Kobe's still Kobe. You know who he is.
Mhm.
You know how much of an impact he's had on and not only sports, but like pretty much pop culture. In general. He's he was a goat.
It's just crazy how like me and Clown Prince just last week were like we were watching a Laker game, like just casually talking about the Lakers and stuff, and like him and I, obviously, the Laker fans of the Chillin with Villains podcast, and both huge Kobe fans, and we both pretty much came up watching him play. But it's just so crazy how like you don't think anything of it, like how fragile life is and how like oh yeah, like that, like Shannon Sharp was saying on Undisputed today, like this this isn't something that I feel we're willing to accept yet. Like I'm paraphrasing, of course, but he was basically saying like that's not how he was supposed to go, man. Like Kobe's not supposed to die. Like this is a like he's a superhero, like he said. Like he like this dude is so so iconic that you don't see death as something that could happen to him, which is so insane to say about a human being.
Yeah, no, a lot of people, lost their Superman, like you just said. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was like it really was like. it was he was a superhero to a lot of people, and then to have suddenly just be like, yeah, he's not here anymore. He's dead. Like he died in a helicopter crash with his daughter. Like what?
That's
Like
fucking crazy, man.
I was driving. I had to pull over. Like it was like, or I wanted to pull over. Excuse me. Like it was so bad. Like I was just like, I once I dropped my friend off, and I was like, I kind of just like sat in like my parking lot, and I was like, wow, like I can't believe that. Like it's it's insane.
It was immediate denial for me because I just thought it was another one of those
TMZ
yeah, like you know
articles.
those stupid social
Yeah.
media port, like come on, how many times has Eminem died since we've been in high school, right? Like you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? And like my girl's sister called me and she was just like, "Yo, like she sounded mad worried too. Like she was in disbelief as well. She's like, "Look, I don't know if you heard the news or you're watching anything, but Kobe Bryant died." Like, and I'm like, "What?" And then like we were like, I'm flipping through, the Pro Bowl was on, I believe.
Yeah.
So like
And
all
they
the
put it on the
like
screen, right?
every yeah like every sports news outlet was already had it a placeholder for some kind of form of media. Like there was already something going on that day because it was just a regular day. Everybody was
Yeah,
going
man.
about their day, and that happened. And then I immediately like as soon as they confirmed it, like yeah, like this is it. Like this really happened. Like tears started falling out of me, and I have not been the same since, to be honest. Like it's it's truly been it's rough, and then also seeing the player reactions. Shout out
Oh my
to
god.
yeah, shout out to Devin Booker, to Trey Young, to Tyson Chandler. I'm just talking about the people I've seen at least.
Yeah, yeah. Larry Nance I saw today. He was emotional.
Oh my god,
Larry Nance
man.
Jr. Uh, and even former players, everybody.
And
Shout out
even
to everybody who's
coaches
been.
like Doc Rivers,
Yeah,
man, he
Greg
broke my
Popovich.
heart. Oh my god,
Greg
Austin
Popovich was
Rivers.
like, good game or good win. Who cares? Nobody wanted to be here. Like crazy. Like it was so sad, man.
And then shout out. I mean, this is also like recently broke. Like this news that recently broke. The NBA decided that they're gonna postpone the game tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Lakers,
with the
yeah, Lakers and
Clippers.
Clippers are playing tomorrow
That would
night.
have been insane.
Yeah, I don't know, especially how hard this is hitting LeBron.
Oh my god, I can't. He was. I saw a video of him crying
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the
As
airport.
soon as they touch
I can't
down,
imagine. He passed him in scoring the night before.
that's
Like this whole
insane.
thing
Like,
happened.
that's the
Like
thing. Like, I was
I I
Kobe
can't imagine how
Bryant.
he's feeling.
Kobe Bryant in my household was something that was spoken about often. Like, literally, like
Oh
that's
yeah,
like
in
Saturday
all the
night.
households.
Saturday night, I tuned in, of course, to like again. I'm not a LeBron fan. Like, I respect the game though, and I'm tuning in because anytime a milestone is reached, I feel like as a sports fan, like I owe it at least to be able to be like, yeah, I saw that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw LeBron pass Kobe.
Yeah,
I seen Kobe pass, Shaq and stuff. Like we see these things happen, and it's always great to be a part of as a collective,
absolutely.
but not to be met. You know what I'm saying? Because after LeBron having a night like that, I'm like, yo, like this is the year. Like I'm literally thinking about this that night. Like, oh, this is the year that Kobe's gonna get inducted to the Hall of Fame. Like, obviously, it's gonna be
Yeah.
unanimous. And I was just wondering, like, damn, like, I wonder who's gonna introduce him. I wonder if it's gonna be Shaq, maybe LeBron, maybe a collective of people. But now I just feel like who isn't gonna be up there?
Oh my god.
Because
You're like,
you got guys who were basically brought up under his wing, like Kyrie Irving, man, like who,
he left the stadium as soon as he was
yeah, he decided he
I don't
wasn't
know
gonna
what it
play. He was just
was.
like, no, I'm not playing tonight.
Yeah, yeah, he walked out of the stadium. Like I would honestly, I don't fault him for that. And like obviously, yeah, like some of you, if you do know basketball, you probably know think I'm not the biggest Kyrie fan,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm not. So that's fair to say. But I definitely have no qualms with him. Like obviously, he freaking lost a probably what felt like to him as an older brother, obviously, or something,
Yeah.
he him and Kobe were close, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, wow, you know he's less. I'm not gonna think less of him for doing that. I admire that. I don't. Like you do that, take whatever time you need. Like obviously, it affected everyone.
Yeah.
Not like just because I maybe don't like what you did last year. Uh, it doesn't mean that I'm like, oh, like, screw you and I hope you're never happy or whatever.
Yeah.
I just think, whatever, it is what it is. Like well, like I saw like a lot of, not a lot actually. Like I did see some people like freaking out, like, oh wow, like Kyrie. It's like just let the dude be. Like
For real.
he's
Like this
it's Kobe. Like what the hell do you think? Like of course, makes no sense.
there is no way, there's no way any of these, like, shout out to I think it was the Nuggets and the Bucks. Was it the Nuggets and the Bucks? No, it was the Hawks. I know it was the Hawks, the Pelicans. I don't remember. I'm just trying to recap the teams that were playing, like, who were just showing their respect by, dribbling out the ball for 20
Oh, that
for
was every
20.
team. Every
Yeah,
team
yeah.
that played last night
Oh,
did that.
okay, all right. So,
Every team that played, and
eight.
and teams that are playing tonight are doing that too.
Yeah, so you got everybody holding the ball for the backcourt violation,
24 seconds
for the
and an
24-second
8 second. Yeah.
violations, and it just goes to show, man. Like, to me, I don't know what I'm afraid of in life yet. I don't have a phobia per se, but if it's something that I learned from Kobe, was that aside from being headstrong in any endeavor that you want to go after,
Yeah, his work ethic
it's
is.
it's it's what you do, that's what matters, because what you do and how you impact people is what really lasts, because this is a generational person. You're not gonna get something like this again. You're not, like, legacy is really what what is showing here the most out of everything.
Yep.
And we lost a great one, man, and I just hope that, I'm sure he's on the other side,
Yes.
very content and comfortable. And I'm not saying that to be a bit, morbid or anything, but he has
Yeah. Him and
stated
him
in
and
many interviews, like, especially one he did with Nike, that he's just like, yo, death is just something that I'm comfortable with, something that is just like, hey, when it gets here, it's here, and you know, um, I'll see it when I get there. He said, and
right.
you know, shout out to the entire Bryant family and Vanessa's side of the family, who I'm
Yeah.
sure
Prayers
is.
for you guys. Everything. I can't
Oh
imagine the
man,
pain or anything, but um, and sorry for everything. It's terrible.
this fucking
And
sucks, man.
uh, and obviously not to just Kobe or Gianna, obviously to all the other families that were affected by the helicopter crash, the other victims of the crash as well, who I think they were also somewhere, or were they all like going to the same place at the game, right? They
Yeah,
were all going to the
they were
game.
they are going to the same place. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't imagine. Truly, I cannot imagine. Uh, but prayers, and obviously, yeah, not a great jumping off point, I guess. But I
No, it's
mean,
not. But
for our
guys,
podcast,
yeah,
but
you know,
it needed to be said,
yeah, of
and
course.
and I think we all, or the thing that I hope people take away from this. One of the things is that life is precious. I know people say that and it sounds cliche, and maybe it is cliche, but it is. I mean, like anything, any day could be anyone's last. So just make sure people in your life know that you appreciate them and everything
Hmm.
else.
Just know, guys, like, it's just a wave. It'll eventually crash, and it's just, it's something we'll eventually have to deal with. I just hope that, we are in a good mental space with everyone that we love. So, if the moment does unfortunately come for any of us, God forbid, at least we're going off in peace, and, without any kind of strain or grudge or anything, because like Jay Williams said, like, there's shit that we gotta let go, that we have, any
Yeah,
qualms we
let
have
that shit
anybody,
go.
like, oh man. But yeah, guys, if you guys, clearly I fuck with us if you're still listening, but we're not marketed as a sports podcast or anything, but it just
Yeah,
goes
not
to
at all.
show, obviously, that besides being
The
fans
impact.
of comic book media, like we're also sports fans. We're fans of
We're
some
just
great people,
people.
man.
Like we're people
Yeah.
in general. Like
Hmm.
we're just fucking. We can sympathize with something like that. Obviously, even if we weren't sports fans, I think I'd like to think that we'd still be talking about this. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, yeah.
I think now we after that we can transition into a somewhat lighter or very much lighter
Yeah.
just
I'm
topics.
always I'm always up for a laugh. I'm always up for a
Yes.
laugh.
Uh, so moving into some DC news now. I know Birds of Prey. Their early screenings, excuse me, of uh of the movie have had some positive feedback from the people who've seen it. Obviously, not spoilery, obviously. So,
Yeah.
just them saying, they liked it a lot. That Harley Quinn obviously is like born for the character. This, that, and the other. So, I really hope it's great. And again, like a lot of people said this about, or said that they had like worries about it, and I really hope that like this kind of like puts you at ease a little bit, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't think it was ever going to be as bad as people thought it was. I mean, I think people were just hyping, like over hating as the internet does. Uh, just kind of jumping on bandwagons and stuff, like not really forming their own opinions. But if you were actually that worried about it, I really hope you aren't now. Yeah.
But isn't it crazy though that fans are just
It's funny though because I think I know what you're gonna say. So like like as soon as this positive review started coming out,
exactly.
every, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait." Nobody sticks to their opinion. It's like it's insane. It's insane. I'm like, yo, like me. I think me and Clown Prince have literally been the only ones like basically saying, "Just wait, keep on waiting." Like this one's gonna be good, guys. I have a good feeling about it. We've been saying that from Jump Street, and like people want to be like, and obviously, I'm not saying if you didn't agree with us, then you're, some like herd mentality, whatever. Like you're obviously allowed to not like it if you don't like it, but like I really don't think that me and Clown Fritz were the only ones who thought this one might be actually be good. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
feel like people were just like over hating for sure, and like I think maybe obviously sexism probably
For
factored into that
sure.
as well.
For sure.
But you know, oh, there's no Joker, oh, there's no Batman, this, that, and the other. It's like, yo, get who gives a fuck?
For
Harley
real.
Quinn's not part of the Birds of Prey. Once
Oh,
again,
like
who gives a fuck?
exactly.
Nobody said she's part of the Birds of Prey. They're just involving the Birds of Prey in a movie that also involves Harley Quinn. It's a team up. Like it's the emancipation of the Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn or some shit like that, whatever it is. And so it just needs to like people need to just take a chill pill. Like just relax. Not everything is going to be terrible and not everything's going to be great.
Yeah.
And just because something's not terrible doesn't mean it's great. And just because something's not great doesn't mean it's terrible. There's a balance. There's something in between there. There's a gray area.
There's a like all things should be.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that's I'm happy for it. I'm hyped. What are your thoughts, Ozzy? I know you don't watch trailers, but I mean, like, if you
No.
had to, like,
Mm,
you know,
my all right. My thoughts solely depend on who is making it. I know that
right,
Margot is a
Kathy Yan,
all right. Kathy Ann. Okay,
if she's
Margot.
directing,
Margot is a producer on it as well, right? So she has
yeah, I
some
think
sort of
so.
okay. So she has some
So I
sort
think she
of
definitely has like some sort of creative input. Let me see.
And Kathy Yan, what like can we? I just want to hear her stats
Yeah,
once
she.
more.
Yeah, no, I think we looked it up. The one last one or the one before this, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think she's. Yeah, she's the producer. I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
she is.
that's good. I'm fine with. Clearly, they went for reshoots, right? Like this production
Yeah,
went.
it did. Yeah, some I guess somewhat extensive reshoots. I don't know what the changes were exactly, but I really
We
don't give a
exactly
fuck.
we want. It doesn't matter because if the
Like,
movie is as good as
and
what's
then you hear I'm hearing all these other people in the back saying, "But what about Marvel or not Marvel? What about Zack Snyder and his and the Justice League? How come you guys always say release the Snyder cut? What's the difference? There's a huge difference, you
okay, there's a huge
dumbass.
difference.
Like, I don't think I need to explain it, but I'll do it anyway just for those people.
Yep.
The difference is that Zack Snyder literally had his vision stolen from him by Warner Brothers. So he had a 5 movie set. They let him do 2 movies. One did better than the other, critic wise, I guess. And, BVS, obviously, very, very, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, like split, I guess. It's really split the fandom really kind of in half.
Oh yeah, the polarized. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it was
Polarizing.
polarizing.
That's
Yeah,
the freaking
yeah,
word. I'm
yeah,
like, so Ed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
polarizing. Uh, yeah, like it's polarizing. Then after Justice League, then they were very cautious with Justice League, and they definitely wanted it to be like a Marvel film, etc. So Zack Snyder then, like, at least Zack Snyder eventually stepping down. Obviously, also relating to the tragic, you know, suicide of his daughter.
hmm
Uh, so like it's totally different, and it was finished by a totally different director, like who is and when it comes to tonal styles, tone and styles,
Night and day,
um,
dude.
night and day, literally
Exactly.
night and day. Like
What?
it's so different. So I don't want to hear all that. Oh, where's that energy? Whatever. Like I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. That's why it's different. Get over it. Um. So yeah, I had to spit some bars real quick about that. Um.
Drop a bomb.
Draw a bomb real quick.
God damn.
But yeah, I think everyone's like also saying that Cassandra Cain and or not Cassandra Cain, excuse me. Oh, I haven't heard anything good or bad about her, so I don't know what happened with her. But Black Canary and Huntress, those actresses, Journey Smollett, Bell, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, apparently killed it as well. Um, Renee Montoya, aka Rosie Perez, I don't see any. I've never really had a problem with any of her roles, to be honest.
Yeah, that Rosie
So I'm sure
Perez is
she's gonna do
fine.
well.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure she's gonna do well. I mean, not that I had a problem with anybody else. I was just very curious to see how they handle those roles, and apparently they are gonna do awesome. I'm happy. I'm excited to see that. I'm still excited to see Ewan McGregor as Black Mask. I am
oh,
very
that
intrigued.
is something that I think I'm
I am
anticipating.
very intrigued. He really didn't have that much dialogue in the trailers that I've seen,
Okay,
but
he has to say
I don't
hello
know.
there. He has to say hello
He
there. You know.
has to. If Kathy Yan, I'm gonna need another cut if Kathy Yan doesn't make him say hello there, like at least once, like or I'll substitute that with a high ground joke. I'll substitute it with a high ground joke, but that's as far as I'm gonna go. That's if they're not gonna have either of those, then what's the point of having you McGregor in your movie?
that is one of the inside jokes of a fandom that I think is just so. That joke it has aged very well,
Oh yeah,
and I think that Ewan McGregor just encapsulated that role like so well that it's just like yo like I don't see him as the Obi-Wan from the trash prequels or from the mid prequels to anybody who's offended or to the really good prequels to
mid
any
free.
but yeah like I'm happy that Ewan got got into his comic book bag finally. I'm surprised he didn't get casted sooner. He's another one of those guys that I'm just like The Rock that I'm like yo Ewan McGregor put him in one of these things man like you don't know where he'll fit.
Yeah, bro. I think I don't know. He looks like a total G, man. And like some of the set photos I'm looking at right now, he looks
Hmm.
like a total G. Like I'm very interested to see how that's gonna be.
Yeah,
Um,
I hope they go at least. Again, it doesn't matter what they do with the source material because it's a creative project. It's a creative expression. But
what?
no, I'm saying like you know how Black
What did you
Mask.
just say? No, I'm just kidding.
You know how Black Mask. There's an iteration that he just wears a black mask, and also that the mask just gets like melted onto his face and stuff. So
Right.
I don't know. However they choose to go with it, I'm fine. Like
I think
just
that's what they're gonna do at the end.
all right.
Like it's gonna be an origin kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
how established Roman Sionis is right now in Gotham at the time of making this. I
Yeah.
know he's already kingpin status, but I don't know if he's like Black Mask type shit. So we'll see where that goes. It's
Yeah.
I could definitely see because it's rated R, so they can definitely do something where his face is melted on, or the mask gets melted onto his face or whatever. Like
Yeah.
they can definitely pull that off with an rated R, like, and it can actually be
Oh,
satisfying to a
that's
sense.
what I wanted to know. The budget for this.
It's pretty low, I think, isn't it? Like 97 mil,
Oh
under
shit.
100.
That all right? Okay, that's still kind of expensive, considering
Yeah,
what's going
yeah,
on.
it's a lot of money for
It's
sure,
still
but I mean,
obviously a lot of money, guys. We know,
obviously,
but it doesn't
but
have a
other than
Justice League budget or an Avengers budget. So
right,
it's safe
exactly,
to say that
it's
Warner Brothers might be letting people like rock.
what was Joker made on again? What was Joker's budget?
About 75 million, give or take.
Yeah,
Without that's not
so
even including marketing. So we're talking a little bit under 100 million, but still.
62.5 million dollar budget. Yeah. But yeah, so like I think with that, that they're making it. I mean, as relatively grounded as you can make him, Birds of Prey movie, but relatively grounded, not like fucking. We don't have to worry about terrible CGI or
Yeah,
anything. Hopefully,
and hopefully
so
not uh music video editing as well. Like I just hope that this Harley Quinn film is the soft reboot because I know it's still considered a continuation of Suicide Squad. I guess Suicide Squad is still canon in all this.
right.
It's just gonna be, I guess, a softish reboot for her character arc. I'm assuming because we do know that Jared Leto's Joker is no more. Like that's done and over with until somehow Flashpoint brings us another Joker, and that's a conversation for another day. Well, maybe not. Maybe we could have that conversation later. But I feel like DC, they're taking the proper corrective steps, mainly in the creative department, by
Yeah.
letting Todd Phillips rock, and they saw the success of that by letting Margot Robbie take run point on this and saying, "All right, let's see where she can take this because she's what's hot now. It's kind of meta how she played Sharon Tate and she's like represented what's hot in Hollywood and what's upon a time in
Huh.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Shout out to Quentin Tarantino, I'm
For
dropping bomb.
sure.
And
Oh.
and how now she's still Harley Quinn, very much invested in the role, very much love what she's doing, and I think that's what's making me, I guess, a bit more comfortable with how this might turn out. Because when somebody's having a blast in their role, that makes me enjoy the character in the film that much more. Which is why,
Absolutely.
yeah, I said what I said about Shazam, but I gave it up for Zachary Levi. Like he's having a blast. So
Yeah.
when I feel like the outcome for films are pretty evident when actors are that invested because it's obvious. Like Shazam had a great turnout. Like they pretty much lucked out. Like I'm glad that people fucked with it because that would have been a bomb for DC, especially releasing it in the same month as Endgame. So like
Yeah.
that turned out great for them, and obviously the renowned success of the Joker. Um, it just looks like Warner Brothers is finally loosening up their their grip on being so controlling
Yeah. Finally,
with
they realize they don't know shit.
yeah,
So
and it's rated R.
yeah,
Like
I'm happy that it's rated R. If this was rated PG-13, I would be I would still be kind of, or not still, I would be kind of worried.
mm-hmm.
But
Because that's how I felt about
it,
Suicide Squad. Not gonna front.
right. So now that it's rated R, I'm like very excited. Like the trailer the latest trailer they released, I was like, wow, like this is gonna be, like curse words flying everywhere. like, you know, they're not going to pull any punches, you know? Like, so I'm very excited to see that because
Yeah.
right now it's definitely like, uh, what do you call it? Uh, that movie is definitely the movie to not pull any punches.
Dude.
Like, go crazy, honestly.
Exactly. They
Like,
gotta
make the
go for
story
it.
good, obviously, and
Yeah.
whatever, but like everything else, go fucking nuts. Like, do whatever you need to do. Like, make that shit like super awesome and like entertaining and like funny or whatever.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna be obviously funny because Harley Quinn's in the freaking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's gonna have jokes, so it's gonna be interesting. And I hear these post credit scenes are actually insane.
Really.
So yeah, today they were talking about it in the chat. So I was like, let me go look at what these are. I or not what they are, obviously, because they're not confirmed, but the rumors. And if these rumors are true, wow. I'm not. Do you want me to say it? I know you don't want. I don't know
No, no,
you. I know.
I rather not hear it. I rather not hear it because then I kind of like because because
What do you think? What would you want to happen?
I'm just again, man. I'm in a different wave. I'm just glad it's happening. I'm just
Right.
I'm just
Yeah.
glad
No,
that
but
yeah.
like, but if you had like creative control and you were like, oh, Ariel, we have no idea what these post credit scenes should be. What do you want them to be? And you literally could say, all right, here, you get two post credit scenes. What would you want them to be?
All right. If I get two post credit scenes, I'm getting. Who would you say is the most? This is gonna go into my point, which is why I'm asking you.
Okay.
Who would you say is like the front man for DC right now on the film side?
You- Do you do you mean like
Like who right now is the most besides outside of Margot because obviously like she has a movie coming out so she's already doing press. Outside of Margot, who is like DC's point guard right now? Like just like yo, like I'm the guy right now. I'm bringing all the
Aquaman?
attention. So Jason Momoa, right?
Yeah, obviously has to be.
I would say that this has to be some sort of they need to give us a teaser to something big that's being planned. Cause not to not I don't
I don't know if this is the movie to do something big
yeah, that's what I'm that's why like
and a post credit scene. I think
yeah.
the movie to do something big would actually be probably Matt Reeves' Batman. If if they're doing that or like, whatever they're gonna
Yeah,
do with
however they
that
decide to move with
whole
that.
thing
Yeah.
creatively, universe lore wise. But like if they want to connect it, like for sure, like no bullshit, that's the movie to do it at.
That makes sense.
Like like at the end or something, whatever. Or the Flash movie, one of those two. But the Flash movie's not happening until like 2022, so whatever.
Still with quotations over that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Right.
Shout out to Real
So
World the Flash.
yeah, shout out to Eunice, yo. We love you.
um
So
but
yeah,
yeah,
no,
I would say it would have to be something to at least keep everybody invested. Like don't
okay.
because the thing the I'm
Uh,
gonna have a real issue with this Birds of Prey film if it's just a teaser trailer for the next film. I don't want that. Give me a story that's good and
right.
compelling, but
I
also
think
at the end, give me something probably that didn't make the cut. Even if like, cause I respect what Shazam did. They just straight up just gave us a deleted scene instead of teasing something that's next.
right. Yeah,
Because
that shit was
that's
funny.
I rather you do that because at least leave us on a high note. You know what I'm saying? Like don't leave us like,
On a cliffhanger,
oh,
leave us on a high note. Yeah.
exactly. Like, oh, it's time to speculate because there's ways, obviously, to do a post credit scene where it's not really detrimental to the story. Like, I think it Far
Yeah.
From Home. Like, think
I
what. You,
think a, I think a lot of post credit scenes suffer from like this kind of moment in the at the end where it's like you just said, where it kind of just undercuts the entire movie. Where it's
exactly.
like, oh yeah, that whole thing they were trying to avoid happened anyway.
Yeah.
Like that they thought they avoided at the end, where you thought they
Exactly.
avoided too. Guess what?
Exactly.
Throughout this one loophole right over here that you forgot about,
Mm-hmm.
that's how they got it. That's how they lost still
Exactly.
at the end.
Because
It's like, okay,
if it's one thing that reading comics as a kid that always had me hype was the preview for the next issue.
right,
Like coming up next is like or the final page, the final couple of panels on in that issue meant everything because this is what you're leaving me with until the next one comes out. So maybe post credit scene culture, I just made that up, is gonna change. Maybe studios are gonna be like, all right, let's get a bit more creative and intricate with these scenes, so it doesn't all seem like just a not a cash grab, but a time grab. Because
Right.
we could leave during the credits, as much as I love to stay, because I'm a cinephile. I love watching these names go by because these are all people who worked hard on the film, but the majority of your moviegoers will stand up as soon as the
Yeah,
credits
just
start
leave,
rolling.
yeah.
So, and the last thing they want to do is end up with a with a
What's that
patience
fucking
with a patience.
homecoming homecoming bum ass shit.
Or
Anyway,
Deadpool. But Deadpool is funny. So
Deadpool was funny though. Like that
yeah,
was just like, oh wow. So like he basically like that was just Marvel literally calling us pussy.
pretty
But
much, pretty
but
much.
anyway,
But yeah,
uh,
it has
let's
to.
not talk
Yeah,
about that,
just
that
just
trash movie. So
Birds of
the
Prey has to do something that again
I
makes it
think they're
worth it.
gonna. Let me say this:
What's up?
who are the characters in this movie besides Harley Quinn? Who are the other two big names?
Black Mass.
Huntress, and I think Huntress is Black Canary, and then Black Mask.
Oh, okay, okay. In
Right?
terms of
Yeah,
characters. All
yeah,
right, okay,
yeah.
okay. That's big.
So, and where do they both come from? Both come from the same city. What city is that?
Gotham.
Nope.
Oh, Central City.
Star City.
Star City. I'm sorry.
And Star City has Green Arrow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Green Arrow just said goodbye in the TV world. So
Wow. Wait, could this have been just a complete tactical plan to kind of give us enough time to get the taste of Justice League out of our mouths to really start again? Because don't get me wrong, yeah, Green Arrow is a Justice League member, but giving a hint towards that of what could be coming up,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I mean, if I know
that
I'm
would
not
be
as
dope.
cursed. I know I'm not as cursed with knowledge and DC stuff as I am in Marvel, but anything but obviously because I thought Star City is Central City or whatever. Doesn't matter.
Or Gotham.
Or Gotham.
Yeah. So no, I think that would be super dope if if like if they show him Oliver. Obviously
but
it would be Stephen Amell, but
yeah, but
um,
like don't we I don't know. I feel like we would have heard rumblings of that already. I mean, I'm not on social media anyway to find out.
right. No, I mean, hey, I'm just saying that would be cool,
Yeah.
regardless of whether it's a rumor or it's not a rumor. Um, like I, I would, I would need to know who they would cast. Obviously,
Yeah,
I
cuz
hope they don't do like obviously, yeah, like like Shazam, like they in their Shazam in their post credit scene, they showed Superman, whatever, which is cool. Like obviously, like yeah, like don't bully kids, you assholes. Uh,
yeah.
so that was cool. Like um, so obviously I know Henry. All right, I was still hoping, and I still am hoping that Henry Cavill is going to be our Superman going forward. But so they didn't really need to show him his face, although it would have been super dope if they could get it done. But
Scheduling. It's a
yeah,
thing.
scheduling, yeah, and contract. I don't even know if they ever renewed the fucking contract yet. All that years ago, all the couple years ago.
Stay tuned for
Uh,
that, guys.
yeah, and but I really hope it's not like a thing where you just see his hood, or something like that, or maybe that would be cool, I guess. But like,
Yeah.
at least tell me who the fuck it is, so I know, you know, like I want to know who the fuck it is. But I mean, that's a nitpick, I guess. So I'll still love it if they tease him, but.
That would be really dope. I just hope the movie's good. Just,
Same.
make it worth my money and time. Like, Margot, I know you're not. I know, like, I'm going into this not to turn my brain off, but to not expect an Oscar worthy performance. But again, nowadays, bro, Joaquin Phoenix is getting nominated for a comic book role, so who knows
Right.
if Margot will act her ass off in this? Like I
No,
just
I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be kind of like a performance where it's like, uh, where people start saying, like this is, she is that person. Like she is like
she's embodied the
she's
role.
embodying that character, kind of like a Robert Downey Jr. or a like just like a Ryan Reynolds. Like it's kind of like saying
She's Harley.
this is like yeah, she is Harley. Like this is the role she was born to play. Like that was it. Like and so I like to see. I think that's kind of like the vibes that I'm getting off of
Yeah.
reading these like reviews. But I mean, like we'll see. Obviously, she was one of the only bright spots in Suicide Squad. Uh, I think her and I thought Will Smith did a good job. But
He did
we're
a
probably
great
not going to
job
see
as
them again.
Deadshot, but obviously
Yeah, we're probably not going to see that again. Uh, but yeah, no, like, I think that's some good news for DC, and it's nice to see that. I think for sure.
yeah, guys, look forward. When that
Look forward to
drops,
it.
Birds of Prey comes
February.
out next weekend, right?
No, I thought it was the weekend after that.
Really?
Wasn't it Valentine's Day weekend or am I bugging?
No, it's the weekend before Valentine's. I think it's yes. I think it's scheduled for next Friday because I remember having a single
Oh
digit.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right, you're right. Yeah. So yeah, did tickets come on sale yet?
They have for select theaters, but I haven't checked yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, um, yeah. Great news for them. Also, great news transitioning over from Birds of Prey over to Batman. They
Hmm.
just started their first day of shooting.
Not too long
So
ago, right?
yeah, I think so, and I'm very excited.
Or not shooting. Was it shooting? What was it? Because like I know like I saw like set photos of, but I don't know like what you get set photo how you get set photos if this is the first day of shooting. Let me see.
Well, while you look that up, some
Oh,
ins-
principal photography.
oh, okay.
Bleh.
No, but that still means that they've either
But
started
that means
test shooting or starting
yeah.
to get some
But
location
they're
shots and
definitely
stuff.
yeah, principal photography that can be done after you're done after or in the middle of shooting your movie.
No, principal
Like,
photography is what happens first. Like that's one of the first things. Like when before everybody
but then
starts
how
filming.
come we're getting all these?
No, because that's probably because again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a set. It could be just location shooting, like when you get landscape shots of whatever the setting is and stuff. Like maybe they're starting off with that. Maybe some outdoor scenes they could be starting there, considering like whatever their weather scouts are telling them.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not a film guy. So anyway, uh, uh, yeah. So Mavericks took to Twitter to announce that the Batman has officially begun principal photography, which means next up we're getting a bat suit reveal.
I I'm that's I don't want to I want to be in I want to be in my seat when I see that for the first time. Seeing Ben Affleck's suit on Entertainment Weekly was cool. Not gonna front. It was really dope because I'm like, oh shit, like we're like that was like a vibe check. It was
Right.
just like, oh shit, all right. We're getting we're getting a different iteration and it feels different. With Rob Pat's Batman, we know it's gonna be different because we heard it from Matt Reeves himself. We heard it from Robert Pattinson himself. We're seeing it clearly from the casting. This is gonna be a completely different take. So it could go either way. It could be another really polarizing Batman film, or it could be something that is just it just breaks new ground because I'm getting year one vibes from this solely because of how young Bruce is, like how he's being portrayed here. So, you know,
Right.
and also I heard that his Batmobile is gonna be obviously nothing like the Tumbler or nothing like
Yeah, I
the
think it's gonna be kind
fucking
of like sleek
yeah. I heard that it's
and
gonna be
maybe
like a muscle
skinnier.
car.
Oh, muscle car. Wow.
Yeah, I heard that's what I read. And that
Interesting.
wasn't I wasn't looking for that information. It's just like I was scrolling. I was like, oh, I heard it. I'm like, okay. I don't know how viable that source was, but that's cool. Sure, make it work with a sports car, with a muscle car. Because we've already seen like the comic book style uh, Batmobile. We've already seen the tank style Batmobile with Ben Affleck's. Because his Batmobile was more like a tank, and the Tumbler thing was I don't know how to describe that, a spaceship with wheels, I guess, because that thing was just insane. But it
Right.
was a practical Batmobile. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
now we're getting this. I guess uh there's more brainy, very introspective Batman with Robert Pattinson as what we're going by with what Matt Reeves is saying. Maybe like the car is gonna match, the character, because I feel like it's kind of reflected off in every film of Batman that we've seen thus far. Like kind of
Yeah.
like everything around him reflects how he is. So with Bale, we got everything is practical. Everything meant something. Like not his suit wasn't for theatrics really at all. And then with Ben Affleck's, it was more tactical. It was more, of a sign of brute strength and physicality. And now with Robert Pattinson, gonna get some sleek shit. Gonna get some smooth shit, man. It's gonna feel like an episode of Supernatural, probably. Shout out to all my
Yeah.
Supernatural friends out there.
You're a supernatural guy. I would not
No,
have
no,
pegged you for
no,
a
no, no. I
supernatural
don't. I know of the show, but I don't watch it.
Okay. But yeah, Batman, can't wait. I think Robert Pattinson's gonna kill it. Hope he shuts everybody up.
That's
Uh,
gonna happen, bro.
yeah, he's a great
He's gonna
actor. I think
smoke
people
it.
still sleep on him since the Twilight movies, and they don't give him his respect. Um, Honestly, I haven't seen like a lot of his newer stuff. Like honestly, I'll be honest, but I mean, people say that that guy is like really killing it. It's just kind of like his really his biggest movie since those Twilight things. I think, to be honest. I mean,
On a,
the Lighthouse
big
was
budget,
big.
big budget wise, yes, you're right.
Yeah, the Lighthouse was big. Yeah, like a lot of people talked about it. You know what I
But it
mean?
was
But
an
like I
indie
think
film.
exactly like pop culture wise, this is like he's back in that limelight now. So I'm not saying he has nothing to prove. Obviously, I don't give a fuck what people think about the Twilight shit or whatever. I'm sure he doesn't either, because he probably is still
Yeah,
getting
he's
paid
way
off that
past
shit.
that now. Yeah, he's not even on that.
So yeah, like he's fine. Like so, so yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting, and I think he's gonna kill it. I think Colin Farrell's gonna kill it as the Penguin.
Oh, dude, the cast, man. Like
Yeah, that cast is gonna be
the
fire.
this comic book film has the best rollout of any
Yeah,
comic book film in a while. Like I've
absolutely.
like just on a social media level, and I'm not the social media guy, but it's really cool how the director is very invested and knows how to present the news to us,
Yeah, and like
especially if
cool,
we're cursed
funny
with
way.
knowledge.
Like he's
Because
just like, oh look, hey, it's him.
like
Like
we have a director who's getting people hype off of an emoji, dude.
I know the bat
Like,
emoji.
come on, man. Like I'm just really like I'm really looking forward to everything that's coming out on that side, and stick by with us, guys, and anything that drops, we will be sure to inform you. And
For sure.
we're gonna go on a quick commercial break, and we'll be back. All right, so shout out to Anchor for sponsoring us once again, and thanks for everybody still fucking with us and listening. So as I mentioned earlier, that Birds of Prey is gonna be sort of a soft reboot ish kind of revitalizing of a character in Harley Quinn moving forward. And I was telling Zoom off Mike that the Joker is a character that cannot just be linked to one-off solo films in a terms of a bigger picture kind of perspective, because he's so iconic that I don't think that they should just brush him off like, oh, Harley broke up with him, let's move on. Here's a Huntress movie. Like, no. I'm most certainly not sticking around for that. If this is how they're gonna do things from now on, I just think that WB should really consider uh, grabbing that baton that the CW like just held out, because who was I mean I don't know who was running point for the whole Crisis on Infinite Earths thing. Guggenheim, right? That was him. I
I
don't
thought it
know.
was. I thought it was Berlanti.
Whatever. Whoever, like, basically,
I don't know.
CW did something that has never been done on TV before and connected everything in DC ever that they could.
Right.
I just think that moving forward, the Joker will eventually be recasted once again. And it's kind of like, if it won't be spoken about now, it's gonna be what the talk of the town is gonna be post a Birds of Prey film, post a third Harley Quinn film. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a
Right.
guy that you keep in the back burner, especially in the bigger picture of things, because he's a character that made Superman snap eventually. So I just think that WB will
Well, the
be,
Flash. Yeah, well, that Injustice. You talking about Injustice?
yeah.
Like that's not canon, but yes.
Yeah, I know, but it's still something that
No, bro. No, bro.
it's not canon. Fuck you, man.
It's not canon, bro. They can't do it, bro. Yeah. So,
But yeah, how do you feel about the Joker moving forward in terms of, because you like, as we see from Sony, you can't give the Venom treatment for long, man. Like, you're gonna eventually gonna have to just join up again. Like, you're gonna have to tie everything in again.
right. I think it'd be smart for them to. I don't want to rush. I don't want to say rush it,
Mm-hmm.
but rush it.
Oh, you think they should waste no time on keeping
just
him away?
just casting somebody, or I don't know, like whether I think we're all pretty sure that Leto's out, but I mean if he's not, and there's still for some reason whatever, I don't know, just say something, make sure it's concrete, just so we know the future of the freaking character in the
Mhm.
in the whole universe is. Like, I don't care whether he plays it or not. I think he got a bad shake last time. I think he has more to offer. I'm not saying he'll be the best one we've ever seen, but it's you also have to understand that not everybody's Heath Ledger or Joaquin Phoenix. So there are going like if you expect that from every person that's ever going to play the Joker, I think you're ridiculous.
Yeah.
like come on. Uh, Not everyone's that great of an actor. I'm not saying Jared Leto's a bad actor. Also, it's just he's just not on that level yet.
Yeah, he'll
And he's not bad though, not at all.
he's not
Like
bad. He's an Oscar winner.
exactly,
It's just he just got a bad rap for that. Like, I just think that they did
exactly.
him dirty.
People
That's all.
they did him so dirty, cut so much of his shit out. I'm sure some of that shit was fire. A lot of it was fire. I'm sure. Like yeah, so they just cut a lot of his stuff out. They shouldn't have cut out, whatever. We're not going to get into all that Suicide Squad bullshit, but yeah. So they just need to confirm what the fuck is going on with that character.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the problem is they had this one like year where they just announced so much shit.
That
And
was
now
what? That was
everything
when? That was
is
like
in
3 years
limbo.
ago?
That was my junior year of college. So,
All right.
yeah, I think maybe three. Well, maybe more actually, because I've been working at this job year and a half. I got this out 2018. Yeah, it's like 2017. Yeah, about 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
look at that, man. Like,
I remember sitting on my bed when I realized they announced the Nightwing movie, and I was hype as a motherfucker. I was
yeah.
so hyped.
That was cool.
I was like, a Nightwing movie? I'm there. But that just everything just disappeared. Like the director just stepped away. He's like, "Oh, I don't have a thing for it, whatever." Like, then I think they announced a back. They announced so much shit, and then like everyone's
Yeah,
like, "Yes, let's
that's
go."
when we also
Everybody
got.
was hyped. Everybody was
Yeah,
lit,
yeah.
and then they're like, nothing happened. Like I don't like. I feel like at that point they were just going around without scripts or ideas and just being like, all right, let's do this movie and let's tell everybody about it and get them hyped. Even though they have no story, no possible director. You know what I mean? Like they were just saying shit, it felt like. And we're all just sitting here like, what is going on? So yeah, it just kind of left everything in limbo mode, it felt
because
like.
remember at one point where we were supposed to get the Green Lantern Corps 2020.
Yeah, we're not getting that 2020, I'll tell you that. I mean, like the movie's still getting made,
Oh,
and
that's
there's
still
gonna
a
be
thing.
yeah, I
Oh
think
shit! I think the
the
DC
show
correspondent.
is there's the show is definitely getting made on HBO Max, which I'm excited for. Um, let me see, Green Lantern movie.
It's just crazy because DC had so like they thematically and concept wise with the characters and the weight of the material that they have blows Marvel out of the water on a
Not even
not
close.
even close. And again,
Like
this is a Marvel dude telling you guys that off of Batman alone, they can rip Marvel to shreds, and
yeah,
it's evident in what we've gotten
it's
with the
just
Joker.
right. It's kind of like if you can have like the fucking best weapon, but if you don't know how to use it, you can be beat by somebody with a fucking stick.
Yeah,
Not saying Marvel's they have a stick, not saying that at all.
yeah.
But really, if you compare the amount of iconic Marvel characters to the amount of iconic DC characters, it's really not that big of a contest. Like, and I think they have a lot to go with and with movies, like Marvel's great, but again, it's not. It's for the most part, it's somewhat surface level,
No,
if
yeah,
not all
yeah.
surface
They're
level,
they're. I don't
and
think. Yeah,
which
I.
isn't a bad thing. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people love that, and that's and you know what? Obviously, kids aren't going to watch BVS and be like, "Wow," you know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest. I love BVS to death, but I know that like a regular kid who's like 10 years old their parents aren't going to take them to watch that movie.
Of course
You know
not.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
They need something else to look up to like while they're younger, and then they can hopefully graduate and put on their big boy pants and go watch the BVS. Uh, but yeah, like I think yeah, the Green Lantern movie. Sorry, I've been looking this up.
It's fine.
Um, yeah, they're saying it should be good to go. Like
Dude,
it's gonna be made. It's like they're trying to make it. It's still a priority for them, but and Jeff Johns is gonna write and produce it apparently.
oh, okay. That's
But
fine. That's
he's still a
fine.
great writer. I mean, I have no problems. Jeff Johns is still a great dude. Like a lot of people. I mean, yeah, he kind of fucked up a little bit, but I still have faith in him. He's still a good
Yeah,
creator and creative mind.
I'm still fine
I just think
with the right
he's a little
people
overwhelmed.
being in charge of doing what they do.
Yeah, like I think again, DC just needs to make their own studio, like Marvel Studios, and this all should be Gucci. Like that's it.
I think maybe
But
that's what's probably gonna happen with Jim Lee, because I remember Clown Prince mentioned that, or was it Eunice? I don't remember, but
right,
I think that if Jim Lee is legit coming in as to be like the top dog, the OG, that is gonna be something huge for DC. And I think that
wait, what'd you say?
that apparently Jim Lee is gonna be like their Kevin Feige.
Oh yeah, essentially yes.
So the great guy, great pick, great draft pick for DC. I think that the projections are great for that moving forward. But if they handle it correctly, if they let him do his thing, because I think what happened with Jeff Johns was that I feel like it was,
They censored him probably too much.
yeah, I think they kind of overwhelmed him, and it was just a lot. And also, you overwhelm somebody while also limiting someone. You know what I'm saying? They overwhelmed Jeff, and they also limited Zach, and then we got the train wreck that we got. So
Right.
I just hope that moving forward, DC just clearly learning from their mistakes somehow. We're gonna see if they've really truly learned their lesson, because the Joker is a one and done as far as we know.
Right.
Birds of Prey is I guess a second passion project from a person who is also in front of the camera, in Margot Robbie. So let's just hope that if Birds of Prey is actually good, then it's like, all right, DC is hitting a stride. That started in
Well,
April.
yeah. I mean, it's
Actually, I'm sorry, that
it's
started in December of 2018.
it's all gonna like what do you call it?
A line?
Um, not a line. I mean, like it's what's the word I'm thinking of? I can't think of the word, but I think it's gonna be fine, like just going forward, and
Yeah,
um,
some
I
of these
just really
shits are
hope that
good,
they
man.
can get it. Yeah, exactly. Like, and the problem is with DC that like they either miss horrifically or they hit it out of the park. You know,
Yeah, it's there's
they
no middle
don't.
ground.
There's no middle ground. It feels like it's like their most middle ground film to me is Shazam. That's the most middle ground film
Oh,
where it's kind of like it's all
uh,
right. It's not as good as everyone thought it was. It's not as bad as some other people think it was. At least for me, that's
yeah. Oh, okay,
that
okay,
one
okay,
is.
okay.
I'm saying that it is for me.
Great example though.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
um, I liked it. I didn't think it was oh my gosh amazing, and I didn't
Yeah.
think it was fucking terrible. Like I loved Aquaman. I loved um, Wonder Woman, Batman vs Superman. Obviously, I talk about it to no end, and and
Man of Steel.
and Man of Steel. Yeah, obviously. Like, sorry, I was reading a CNN thing about Trump. So um, yeah, like I think it's very uh hit or miss with them sometimes, and or a lot of the times, and so they need to like, and obviously Joker too, like a fucking mega hit, you know. So
Completely
they need to
unprecedented.
like, yeah, nobody saw that shit coming. I'll tell you that, nobody, and um, I think it's just gonna be like now them not finding their footing so much as to like I feel like they either swing for the fences or they just miss again, like I just said. So
Yeah.
I really hope they just start finding their footing and then everything else just falls into place.
And for any DC fanboys who thinks that we're just like throwing whatever out there just to speculate, considering a slow news week, work.
Suck my
No, like
dick.
we are legit. Like these are stats that DC made themselves. we're
Yeah,
not.
like
We're
this
not
is I'm
speaking
not
on a
making
limb
this shit
here.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is somewhat facts, majority of what I've been saying. Is somewhat facts or actual facts. Like it's hit or miss with them. That's what it is. So they gotta start being more consistent here, and I think this is a good way to start doing that. So I also think suicide what's this DK Birds of Prey is going to tease, and then like in the teaser trailer, oh my god, I can't speak. Uh Post credit scene that, and one of them, since there's two, I think one of them's like obviously going to be for the Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
like reboot thing that they're doing, obviously, and I think that's a good idea, just because, boy oh boy, do they need to fucking reboot that shit. And
They just need a revamp across the board, man.
chill.
No, I'm saying in terms of presenting tonally, who are they gonna be? I'm talking about as kind of like their identity in terms of what
Right.
they're gonna be moving forward. Now, I'm not. I don't mean revamp as in recast everyone. I'm just saying like
Right. Yeah. I think what the best thing for them to do is for them to go um dark, and I don't mean dark as in always gritty and serious. Although some movies should probably be like that, but it should probably be just more so and like just stay in that rated R space. To be honest, that's where
mhm.
I'd stay if I were them. And like the lowest I'd go is obviously for PG-13. I would never ever consider putting a movie out that was PG unless it
Yeah.
was Shazam. Like that's really all I could fathom being PG in this universe. Like everything should be PG-13, and by PG-13, I don't mean like just barely PG-13. I mean it's just barely like not rated R. Like like it's like
Yeah.
teetering on that edge, but it's still somehow PG-13. Like, um, just because it's like you gotta like really bring it home.
you got to show people that you're not afraid to take risks and whatever. And like, it should. I hope they, get it together.
Yeah, but is that it? We got anything else?
Oh yeah, I think that's it for me.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully some of the hearted banter, brought some spirits up. Such a
Yes.
very, again, bizarre and fucking Earth 99 style kind of time period that we're living in right now. It just, just keep riding the wave, guys. Like, do not let tragedy or death be an excuse or a reason to stop doing what you're doing or to just stop your life that's still being lived right now. So, prayers once again to everybody affected, and Mamba for life, guys.
Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry I can't be with you tonight. However, I couldn't completely miss the chance to take a moment to share some thoughts with all of you. The lesson I cherish the most is how important it is to love what you do. If you love what you do and it's making you happy, all the hard work and perseverance will pay off. I once had a guidance counselor tell me that I shouldn't play basketball, that it would never amount to anything for me. His negativity towards me made me stronger. You can't stop people from trying to limit your dreams, but you can stop it from becoming a reality. Your dreams are up to you. I encourage you to always be curious, always seek out things you love, and always work hard once you find it. So with that, I'll let you carry on with your evening. Please know I'm thinking of you, supporting you, and encouraging you always. Peace.